Welcome back. I'm Livia Nelson.
And I'm Blaze Withrow.
And this is UCTV.
Union City broke in the new gym on Friday night when they took on cement for homecoming.
Also, Halloween was last Tuesday, and Jackson Burdecki was on the scene giving you an inside look at our elementary Halloween parade.
We have a special episode for you all this week.
This Saturday is Veterans Day, and we are recognizing and saying a big thank you to all the veterans for everything you do.
All this and more in this week's UCTV.
Why do we celebrate Veterans Day on November 11th?
Jackson Burdecki answers this question and many more with some Veterans Day history.
So this week we're going to give you a history lesson on Veterans Day. Veterans Day annually falls on November 11th. This day is the anniversary of the signing of which armistice, which ended the First World War. Hostilities between Allied nations and Germany in 1918. Congress passed a resolution in 1926 for an annual observance, and November 11th became a national holiday beginning in 1938, known as Veterans Day. I just want to thank all the veterans who have served our country. It means a lot. I am Jackson Burdecki, UCTV News.
Thank you, Jackson.
The time has officially changed, so we hope everybody enjoyed gaining an hour of sleep on Sunday.
And guys, this pancake supper's coming up, so make sure you make your way to the Catholic Hall for some fantastic pancakes, bacon, and sausage made by the Union City Lions Club.
Union City's weather has been slightly fickle lately, and Michael Bowles is back with her 5-day weather forecast.
Hey guys, I'm Michael Bowles back with the weather for this week. Our highs are going to be in the mid-50s to mid-60s. Our lows are going to be getting kind of chilly down in the 40s. The skies look like it'll be partly cloudy for the most part. Kids, when heading to the bus, be dressed warmly for the weather and be ready for a small chance of rain throughout the week. Also, make sure to thank anyone who is in your family that is in the military this Saturday. I would like to personally thank our troops who have served or are serving now for our country. Thank you. I am Michael with UCTV Weather.
Thank you, Michael.
Senior Picture Day is November 16th, so be sure to make your way to the Tiger's Den and look your best.
Also, if you are grades pre-K through 11th and you missed Picture Day, November 16th is also Retake Day.
November 16th is also Sports Picture Day for volleyball and basketball, so make sure you bring your uniforms.
With Halloween out of the way, Thanksgiving is approaching very quickly.
That's right, prepare your appetites for some turkey, mashed taters, and stuffing.
And, while food sure is a treat, remember Thanksgiving is about giving thanks and spreading joy.
Before we get ahead of ourselves though, guys, Jackson Burdecki has some coverage on the Halloween costume parade.
I hope everyone had a great Halloween. As you can see, the Union City elementary kids are in the back with their costumes. They had a little costume parade going into the gym, the old gym actually. But you know, they were giving candy, so I mean, how could that not be a great time? This is Jackson Burdecki, UCTV News.
Thank you, Jackson.
Homecoming was a success in the new gym for the Tigers.
We'd like to thank everyone who attended and came out and supported our basketball teams.
We would also like to congratulate our homecoming king and queen.
We wish our Tigers and our Lady Tigers the best of luck as we're hoping another successful season.
It's time for Tiger Sports with Jack Walkabout.
Last week, the basketball season officially started as the junior high teams played on Thursday and the high school teams had their home opener in the new gym on Friday. Next week, I'll give you the stats and scores of those games. This week, the junior high team will be playing in the Calumet tournament starting on Monday, while the high school teams will be playing at Verdon on Monday and at Bingeroni on Friday. Also, with Veterans Day on Saturday, I'd like to take a moment to thank Chris Scarborough, Nick Lee, and Ryan Roth, a former Union City athletes who are now in the military. I'm Jack Walkabout, UCTV Sports.
Thank you, Jack.
Be on the lookout for some great sports articles written by our Journalism 1 class on GoUCTigers.com this basketball season.
We'd like to send to Allison Corley with more on Veterans Day, but this time it's from our elementary kids.
Hi guys, I'm Allison Corley and I'm here with 8th grader Rustin Dawson. So, has your family ever been in the military?
Yeah, I have a great grandpa that was in the Navy, and I have my grandpa that was in the Army.
What did they do?
I'm not really sure what the one in the Navy did, but the one in the Army, he was in the Army and he worked on some of the equipment they had, and then he went to the artillery.
Has he ever been overseas?
No, he's always stayed in Oklahoma and Texas.
Oh, really? And is he still in the Army, or has he retired?
No, he had to retire due to some cancer issues.
Well, thank you for being here with us. And we would like to thank all of the military, future, past, and present. We'd like to thank y'all for your services. I'm Allison Corley, UCTV News.
Thank you, Allison.
Saturday was bedlam in Stillwater, and no matter the outcome, Twitter is sure to be filled with both excited and angry fans.
In local news, Alicia joins us for a little history on UCTV with a veteran.
Hey guys, so this week we're going to talk about veterans, but a more specific veteran, my grandpa. As many of you know, Pete Woods is my grandpa, but what many of you don't know is that he served in the military. My grandpa was stationed in 3 main locations: Fort Lebanon, Washington, D.C., and the Mojave Desert. Many people often wonder how they kept in contact with their family. Well, for Grandpa, he couldn't talk to his family, as they did not have phones or computers at the time. During his free time, they played a card game called Canasta for many hours at a time. Thank you to all the current and past military, and I want to give a special thank you to Mrs. Brothers and Mrs. Barger's husband, Robert Barger. I'm Alicia Johns, UCTV News.
Thank you, Alicia.
We just want to say thank you to all of our veterans. Without our veterans, this country wouldn't be where it is today, and none of us would be able to live in freedom. But because of our men and women serving currently, we get to live in such an amazing country. Thank you.
I'm Livia Nelson.
And I'm Blaze Withrow.
And this is UCTV. Welcome back to Chips Chat. I'm Alex. This week we're going to take a more serious route on things since Veterans Day is coming up. We're going to have special guest freshman Marley Flowers on the show. She was on earlier this year, but this time she's going to be singing the Star Spangled Banner for us. So, enjoy. Peace out, my dudes.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the landing of the free and the home of the brave?
Please state your name.
Robert Barger.
Alright, and you joined the military, right?
Yes, in 1988 I joined the U.S. Army.
What was your reason for enlisting?
Well, I didn't have a lot of opportunities after high school, and I really wanted to go to college, and the Army was the best way to get that paid for.
Alright, so when you first got into the military, what was your training like?
It was very difficult. We had 8 weeks, and this was at Fort Bliss, Texas, in the desert, and lots of push-ups, lots of running, lots of waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, running a mile backwards, uphill. I mean, it was challenging.
When you first actually got into the military, did you know what branch you wanted to head into?
I've both of my grandfathers fought in World War II with the Army. One was in the Philippines, and then my grandpa Barger, he fought in Africa, Sicily, and then even in Germany.
Alright, so you were in the Persian Gulf War, right?
Yes, Persian Gulf War in 1990.
Could you tell us what that was like?
It was a desert war. Being Christian in a Muslim nation was very challenging, and there was a lot of cultural differences between us and them, and it was very different. and scary at the same time.
Did you see any big spiders?
Well, I didn't see the spider, but I was bit by one, and I was sick for a while.
Gross. So you were a combat medic, right?
Yes, with the 18th Airborne Corps.
What was that like?
I mean, you know, we during the war we had accidents, and we had incoming rounds once, and we had a guy fall off a 577, which is a sort of transport tank, broke his leg that we had to hit, fix up and stuff.
So this weekend is Veterans Day. Being a veteran yourself, what does Veterans Day mean to you?
It's a celebration for those of us who were in the military, and what we went through, and just sort of the brotherhood of the military, I'd say.
All right, and that wraps up our interview. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.